Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing on most important and frequently asked JavaScript interview questions. So I have covered 5 of the very important questions in part 1 of this series, and this is part 2 of our series of JavaScript frequently asked interview questions. In this video we will be looking into 5 very important questions. So first question is, what is the difference between let, var and const? So whenever a interviewer is asking you a question to differentiate let, var, const, then you can come up with the 4 points on how you can differentiate any variable if they are declared with let, var or const. So first you can say is scope. So var is function scoped, whereas let and const, they are block scoped. Next you can say about reassignment. So var and let variables, they can be reassigned. If you have assigned a value to a variable, then they can be reassigned. You can give some other value if you're declaring that variable with var and let. But whereas if you're declaring any variable with const, once you have initialized some value to that variable, then you cannot reassign that variable. You will get an error. Next is hoisting. So in hoisting, var gets hoisted. That means you can use the variable before they are declared, and but you might get undefined. You will not get a error with var. Let and const, they also get hoisted, but they are not initialized. They are in temporal dead zone. So what happens here, if you're trying to access a variable before declaring them, then you get a reference error. Okay. And the fourth point you can say is redeclaration. So var variables, whichever variable we have declared with var, they can be redeclared, but let and const, we cannot redeclare those variables. We will see the next question now. Next question is, what are some key features of ES6, that is ECMAScript 6? So this is actually very important question, and interview wants to test that how updated you are with the current trend and current updates of the React, because nowadays if you see all of the coding, most of the coding, we involve these topics. It is not that you can just skip these features and you can still continue working. Somewhere down the line you will see that these are very important and they are used in daily basis in real world projects. Okay, so how do you list down these features? You can say that arrow functions, that is very important. Function, this is mostly used type of function which we can say. Then we have let and const declarations, we have destructuring assignment. Next we have default parameters. Before we had to write some logic to give any data to our parameters. Now we have default parameters. We have template literals, so that we can have a string and a variable together in one string kind of structure in format. Then we have spread and rest operator, we have promises, we have modules, map, set, weak map, weak set, and there were a few other features also, but these are like very important and you are supposed to know these and try to understand. And I would say we might know, sometimes what happens is we know the answer. Okay, we know that these are the features, but when interviewer is asking, we don't know how to explain, or we are not able to recall these points. So I would suggest you, I would not say like you have to memorize, but yeah, you have to have like at least 5 6 points from here, so that whenever interviewer is asking you any question on this, you are having these points, that you are aware. We know that you are aware, but at that point if you are not able to answer, that means that maybe you're not that well versed with these features. So I would say like at least try to keep 5 6 points from this list in your mind when you're going for interview. Our third question is, what are limitations of arrow functions in JavaScript? So limitations of arrow function in JavaScript is, first you can say arrow functions, they cannot be accessed before initialization. This part we have discussed in part 1 of our video, that arrow functions, they are not hoisted, so they cannot be accessed before initialization. We will get a reference error. Next is, arrow functions, they do not have access to the arguments object. So any function, when we are passing the arguments to that function, we have a object called arguments, in which you will be able to get the value of what and all was passed. That you can do it in regular function, but in arrow functions you do not have access to the arguments object. Okay. Next is, arrow functions, they do not have their own this, instead they inherit this from the surrounding code at the time when function was defined. They do not have their own this. Arrow functions cannot be used as generator functions. Okay, they cannot be used as generator function. Generator functions are mostly used in redux sagas. and elsewhere also you have to make use of regular functions there. You cannot use arrow functions as generator functions. Next is arrow functions, they cannot be used as constructors. So by constructor you can say that using them with the new keyword to create instance will throw a type error. You cannot try instantiating a object from arrow functions, they cannot be used as a constructor. Our next question is, what is spread operator in JavaScript? So let us read the definition. What are spread operator in JavaScript? So spread operator is used to spread or expand the element of a iterable. Iterable can be array, iterable can be string. So it can be anything you are using. Suppose you are having array, so you use spread operator to expand their individual items, expand their individual element. Let me try showing you few examples that how this could happen. So let us suppose like you are having array with value 1 2, and then you have let y with value 3 comma 4. Then what you can do is in spread let z is equal to dot 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 x, three dots you have to put, comma dot 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 y. So what answer you will get here is you will get 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. This is spread operator. Or also you can use it to copy the array or copy the object like this, something like this. So a will have your x array. Okay, now next one, let me go back to our ppt. Our next question is, what are rest operator in JavaScript? So rest operator in JavaScript are is used to condense the multiple element into single array or object. So it is kind of opposite of spread. It is used to condense the multiple element into a iterator, like iterable like array. So for example, if I have to show you for the spread operator, sorry, the rest operator. So in rest operator, like suppose we are having a function called func and you are passing 1 comma 2 comma 3. Then while usage, what you can do is function func. Here instead of individually getting the value, you can just write three dots args. Okay, and here what you can see is you can just write console.log args. This will give you the values like 1 2 3. So this is nothing but our rest operator. Okay, so this one what I have said is this is the rest, and here what I have said is the spread. Okay, so these are few of the examples which you can show it to your interviewer also when you are giving an interview. So in this slide, in this video, we have gone through very important 5 interview questions. If this video was helpful to you, then please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you have any feedback, you can give your feedback. You can write your feedback in comment section. And thanks.